the December edition, going into January. This is my attempt at giving you an early January update, but it's also good for December as well. Black Sex Worker Collective, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on in our world and a little bit of what's happening in sex worker rights. I am the executive director, Akinos. Make sure you follow me on social media, the Twitter, where I am now cursing out politicians. Don't forget to follow the Black Sex Worker Collective as well on Instagram and on Twitter, where we just keep that fire coming all the time. You know, you need us in your life. Anyway, it is post Trans Day of Remembrance and International Day to End Violence Against Sex Workers. We didn't do anything here. Actually, some of our collective members over in New Jersey from New Jersey Red Umbrella Alliance, they did have a gathering out in New Jersey, but unfortunately I was not there to experience that because I am reporting live from my bedroom here in the great Berlin, Germany, right? So if you follow New Jersey Red Umbrella Alliance on Twitter, you'll be able to see some updates of what they did and the protests that they did in the streets for International Day to End Violence Against Sex Workers. So I hope that you all went out there and celebrated, and I hope that you also gave your money to sex worker rights, because it's one of those fantastic days of the year that you can do that, as well as supported a lot of trans organizations for Trans Day of Remembrance. There's a lot of trans lives that were lost this year, and as you know, the collective definitely has its trans sector, and we're working to get some more information out on that. So make sure that you keep up to date with that and join our mailing list. First up on the list, we want to celebrate that Kamala Harris has finally dropped out of the presidential race. She didn't have a chance in hell anyway, and I'm really happy to see that this anti-sex work enthusiast and America's top cop has finally decided to sit her ass down and no longer participate in this democracy. Bye, Kamala. It was nice knowing you. I want to give a big congratulations to the Nigerian sex workers. They have just finally, after a couple of years of being in court, the Nigerian courts awarded damages to sex workers who were arrested for prostitution in 2017. This is the first time that this has happened in Nigerian courts where they ruled anything on sex work. What had happened was that the court ruled that sex work is not a crime because there is no law against it. And that's fantastic. We want to give a big shout out to the Nigerian sex workers and tell you, congratulations. We're going to reach out to you because I want to come to Nigeria and I want to talk to all of you and see what else is going on out there. And, let me borrow $1 because y'all just got awarded some money and damages, and that's fantastic, and I ain't got no money. So thank you in advance. I'm going to start bombarding all of your news feeds with our fundraiser. We got a new fiscal sponsor. We're working with Social Environmental Entrepreneurs, also known as C. So we've got our own special page on C, and we're going to have that page as well just blasted on our website on the donate option on the website, which, by the way, is getting redone, revamped, and I'm super excited for that. We've got a great team of professionals on the back end right now working on the site. So if you go there, you will see that we have our new donate page up. Remember that all of your donations are tax deductible. So don't forget to give and try to make a monthly donation, because as you should know by now, and if you don't know, I'm about to tell you, that in the United States, sex worker rights does not get any funding. Very little funding we actually get. We might get maybe 2% of the funding that comes into these nonprofit grassroots organizations that are sex worker led. We want to give a big thank you not only to C for taking on our project, but also to Third Wave Fund, the Sex Worker Giving Circle, as well as Resist Inc., who constantly supports our efforts to get the word out and do all of this grassroots work that doesn't get funded by bigger funders, because no one actually really listens to sex workers, you know what I mean? So There's a couple of organizations now that are doing that work, and we're so fortunate for them. We just definitely got some funding from the Sex Worker Giving Circle for 2 years. We're able to get some things off the ground, getting the website redone, and starting some campaigns to hopefully combat the bullshit that's about to come up in your face around Super Bowl. So look out for our media campaign where we're going to actually debunk the myths that's already been debunked, but we're going to try to do it on a more larger scale. We're going to try to debunk some myths around the trafficking narrative, because my God, the ignorance around trafficking, even though there's so many facts out there, is actually mind-boggling. Actually, if you go to my Twitter feed or the Black Sex Worker feed, you'll also see me arguing right now with Andrew Yang about his foolishness that him and his followers are spewing about the trafficking narrative. But I'm not going to get into that all now. I really just want to say thank you to Sex Worker Giving Circle for giving us 2 years of funding. And although we did receive $20,000 over 2 years, I want you to know that that money's already done. It's already finished. I have already distributed that money to different people and to different projects. So make sure you donate. It's a season for giving. All right. The Outlaw Project, as well as Best Practices Policy Project, who is a big mentor for the Black Sex Worker Collective and helps us write a lot of our grants. They are teaming up to do something with the International AIDS Conference, which is happening next year in San Francisco, of all amazing places. BPPP and Outlaw Project are getting together to be out there and try to bring some alert to the sex workers that are going to be at the International AIDS Conference. You should know, or maybe you don't, because I'm about to tell you, that we as a sex worker groups definitely protested that conference happening in San Francisco because of all the issues and dangers and oppression that's happening at the border. We thought that it was really irresponsible of IAS to decide to bring this conference into the United States when so many people are international that can potentially have issues at the border, because we know that ICE is thick. America is full of ignorant politicians and authorities that don't understand anything about other people from other countries and their religion, and they'll do whatever they can to kind of prevent this from going smoothly. So even though that took place, some of our collective members are still going to go down there and do the necessary work to educate people on HIV. And finally, we have got Desiree Alliance, one of our sister organizations, again, part of the collective, that's in the planning stages with HIV decriminalization organizations to send out a public signatory letter to support sex workers and have a possible sex worker tract at the HIV is Not a Crime conference, which is happening in Columbus, Ohio, May 30th through June 2nd. Just in time for what? International Whores Day. Not to be confused with International Sex Workers Day, because that's like the cleaned up version. The day is actually called International Whores Day, and don't you forget it. Make sure you follow Desiree Alliance. Make sure you give all these wonderful organizations support. You can give us a signal boost online. You can make a monthly contribution. You can make a one-time contribution. Things are tax deductible to save your ass during tax time. We're here for you. BlackSexWorkerCollective.org is the website. All of the links to the organizations that we're partnering with are going to be up on there. Again, the website is being revamped, so if you go to the website and you see that things are looking a little wonky, it's because it's actually getting revamped in real time, because I'm not about that, putting up something that's like site under construction. No, I want it there. You'll see all the changes. You'll get a lot more information about who we are, what we do, what we stand for, what's our mission. And thank you for listening. Thank you for coming back every month and being here. I love you. I'll see you whenever I come back to America, which might be never. Bye now. Check the description for links to like and follow us on social media. Sign up for our newsletter at BSWC.org. And please consider making a tax-deductible donation at actblue.com/donate/BSWC.